The reveal event has come and gone, and I knew the trailer would mainly be just a campaign aspect, but I did not expect the flurry of information that was going to come afterwards was all going to be regarding around the multiplayer and the core fundamentals of the game, and I have to admit, they really blew me away with this one. One of the most important parts when it comes to Call of Duty is the fluidity of the movement in the gameplay, and we have seen a kind of drop back in that in the last year or so. Modern Warfare 2019 was fantastic for its slide-canceling abilities. Some say it might have been a little too broken, and that's up for a further debate down the road. But today, an announcement was made that slide-canceling will be returning, which adds some fluidity to the game. I think I just enjoy saying that word, I'm going to be honest with you. But reload canceling is coming back, faster mantling and mantle while sprinting is coming back, firing immediately after sliding is going to return, ADS while sliding is going to be a new set perk/gear. We'll get more into that when we talk about the perks. Increased attack sprint durations based off your weapon class, which is something that we've seen in prior games. Carrying an LMG obviously is going to make you slower than carrying an SMG. Increased strafe speeds and ADS movement, and then attack sprint will be recharged when sprinting, so no more of this super soldier that can't run more than 10 feet. So we also had a post on X or Twitter, whichever one you want to call it, that the movement's going to carry over to Warzone later in the year once they integrate, which just shows that we're going to have the same aspect we had for Modern Warfare 2 and Vanguard, where we're going to be in this little limbo when the game first comes out of just multiplayer content leading up to a set date that Warzone and Modern Warfare 3 will integrate. So to go along with the multiplayer side of things, they have confirmed officially that all 16 of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps from 2009 are going to be returning on day one, but a fellow leak from Insider Gaming today said that these maps will be the only playable maps on the game on launch, which for some people might be an issue, but realistically over the past couple of years, I've been mainly on shipment because the maps that have come out have not been the best on the last few CODs is the easiest way to put that. So to continue the multiplayer, map voting is going to return, which is something that I said in the previous video I can't believe was not in the game anymore. I just don't understand why we got rid of it overall. Red dots will be back on the minimap for unsuppressed weapons. Perks are going to be available at the start of matches instead of this progressive perk system that we have in Modern Warfare 2. There's going to be the Ninja perk back, which is actually going to be really cool. I don't know, it's not going to be a perk. We'll talk more about gear and perks in the next segment. And the core health of the game overall is going to be increased to 150, so it's going to have a higher increased TTK, which is going to make the game just feel more like Call of Duty. There was a discussion on Twitter between Prestige's Key, and at this moment, it hasn't had anything else, that Sledgehammer in a blog did say that the leveling system is going to be separate between Warzone and multiplayer, which now brings in the question, is Classic Prestiging going to come back? Because I think that would be really cool to bring back the idea of Prestiging, but I don't see it happening because it just doesn't shell out the right system for people who play this game. We don't have too much details on weapons. Weapons could be picked out through probably the campaign trailer. I haven't really gone through and combed it a lot, but we do know that all the returning operators and weapons from Modern Warfare 2 and skins will be coming over from the game, give and take some of the weapon skins and the vehicle skins and some of that, but the majority of them will be coming over with that. So we did find out of a new section of the Gunsmith, and that is that we're going to have some aftermarket parts is the new section. It's going to lead to new customization, progression, and challenges, the way Sledgehammer described it, which could kind of be open for interpretation of how that's going to actually go down. It could just be new weapon camos, new ways to make the gun look different, maybe some Frankenstein style of the guns, because we've been asking for that for a while, of just taking every blueprint, being able to mix them up. They did that a little bit inside of Cold War, but it was toned down. I think they could go pretty crazy with it if they really wanted to let us get wild with our imaginations and guns. So now talking about perks. Perks are going to be coming back as gear. Gear is the new perk system, and I said this in the previous video, but they did say it's going to be military equipment such as gloves, vests, boots, and more. And I think you could just categorize this into, the 4 different categories of perks if you had to. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I don't think the perk system is going to feel insane. I think they're just trying to make it more of a cosmetic grab for them, so them to have the ability to have us spend more money on the game because these gloves are a different color, but they're the same perk. Who knows? Honestly, we'll see how that goes. But Ninja will be coming back as a perk, as well as Stalker. Those are 2 things that haven't been in the game in a long time, and I think it's going to really change the way the game plays, especially with the minimap having the red dots back on it. There's a new one that's called Tac Stance. It trades your precise accuracy for improved mobility and handling. So it seems that they really are going down this route of mobility and movement for the game. They want the game to feel more fluid. They want the game to feel faster paced, especially over the last year with Modern Warfare 2. It felt like a camp fest. It felt like it just got turned into a super slow, very methodical game. And Call of Duty's been known as that arcade shooter. And like I said in my previous video, I think X Defiant really kind of lit a fire under their ass because That's a fast-paced arcade shooter. Is it perfect? No. Is it going to challenge COD? Yes. But with all the announcements that they've had this last couple days, XDefiant either has to launch now or they're going to be dead by the time November comes. When it comes to Warzone, we have no real information as of now. They haven't said anything about maps, modes, anything like that. All we know is that the movement system is going to be transitioned over later in the year. Now, I will say the campaign trailer did show off a lot of Verdansk, and there has been so many rumors and leaks of Verdansk coming back. Now, from an opinion standpoint, I would love to see it back, but I also would like to see a new map come into the fray. I mean, it could be a potential possibility there for you to have the map on a rotation, but the likelihood of that is slim for Call of Duty. So if we go into the third mode, it's going to be more of the Outbreak zombies, if you remember from Cold War, but having a little more of a DMZ feel to it because there's going to be extractions and stuff. I don't think DMZ worked out the way they wanted it to. As someone who personally had a ton of fun on DMZ, I think DMZ had the aspect of being a really good extraction-style shooter, but they just didn't put the time and effort that they needed to into it. That's just my opinion. I don't know what they did behind closed doors, how they were tied down by it, but it seems Warzone's still their baby, and DMZ was just put on the back burner. And zombies coming back with no round base is a little interesting. Outbreak was fun, but it wasn't the same as that nostalgic round-based feel. So we'll see. Maybe this with the more realistic graphics and less cartoony, I guess is the way I'd put Treyarch's games. More vibrant is, Treyarch. They're more of a light and colorful game versus this is kind of a dingy, dark game. Maybe that'll give that zombies feel a little bit more. And the ability to play with other people online. It seems like there's going to be horde waves and stuff like that. So we'll see how the zombies aspect plays. It's going to be something fun. And if they have their own exclusive content for it, it'll be cool. We saw that with Cold War with exclusive weapon skins that could then be used inside of Warzone, which was really cool, like the pink diamond and all those. Those were very neat camos to have, especially when you could transfer them over between games. So that's pretty much all the knowledge as of the time of recording that we know. Obviously, content creators were flown out to play the game early. A lot of them have tweeted that, so they obviously know way more about the game, which makes me think multiplayer reveal is coming very soon. The beta, I'm assuming at this point, it's already pre-order for early access. I'm assuming it's going to be on PlayStation first. It's most likely going to be sometime in the beginning of October, end of September time, so we'll have to see by then. We'll definitely get a reveal trailer way before then. I'm assuming maybe Gamescom at the end of this month we'll get a little bit of multiplayer. We seem to always get something around then. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I told you I'd make a follow-up commentary, so here we are with that one. I love you guys to death. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.